Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Wide Shadow back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the newest and latest map addition to Overwatch, Kanezaka. Now, earlier in the week, Play Overwatch's official YouTube channel uploaded a new developer update talking about this map called Kanezaka, which in itself takes place in Japan, most similarly, almost exactly next to the Hanamura Castle, which you can see from the map. A little bit of context of this map before we actually get into it. So the Overwatch team was tasked with creating a new deathmatch map for Overwatch 2. And this concept is obviously, of course, Kanezaka. Now the Overwatch team liked it so much that they actually ended up using this concept for Overwatch 1 right now instead of Overwatch 2. Which is actually really interesting, since this is, I think, the very first time that this has ever happened for anything in Overwatch. Really interesting. Now, in that same developer update, Jeff Kaplan mentioned that this map has a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of key story fragments that are going to be present in Overwatch 2, which really raises the question of Overwatch 2's release date, which we'll touch back on later in the video. But now, without any further ado, let's get to the point of this video, which is the map itself. So the first thing that you'll notice when you head into this map is just the scenery, the atmosphere of this map. Now, particularly, I'm one who notices these types of details, but whether or not you care or like to notice these details, you can't deny the fact that this level has a specific atmosphere. Like, when you first load into this map, you'll see the sunset, and I don't know what it is about the sunset and this map, but it looks beautiful. It looks stunning. This map is art. You can tell that there was a reason why this map was added, and it's very clear. The next thing you'll notice, and the first thing I decided to notice, is the Hanamura Castle in the background, which you can see. At first, I wanted to test out if this was a new render of Hanamura, because since this is technically in that same city and area, maybe, it'd be copy-paste models of Hanamura in a different section of the map. But no, this is a new render of the Hanamura Castle. It's actually, I dare to say, a new section of Hanamura, so a side of the Hanamura Castle that we haven't yet seen. So that's actually really cool. Next thing that you'll notice is that this map is actually fairly large. It's actually really big. I was surprised by this, actually. I did not think it to be that big. Not as big as Petra, but it is fairly large. The next thing is that just the amount of arching pathways that you'll notice when heading into this map. Lots of, corners, alleyways, areas, small little roads that lead up to one another. And it's very complex because there's so many pathways of this map, so it's really cool. The fact that Kanezaka is based off of like a business center type, like I don't know, like a little corner, I guess, with a bunch of shops and cafes, really captures the atmosphere that Kanezaka takes place in the city. I really like the fact that this takes a lot of inspiration from my Utia's style, where there are sections of the map that are more traditional, ones that look like Hanamura, like the Hanamura Castle. And then there's the more modern area of the map with more lights and technology. Now the map itself is actually structured, again as I said, in a variety of archways and alleyways. So it's almost essentially you can get anywhere in the map from anywhere in the map. And one cool detail that I really like about this map is that there are signs and mini-maps of the map itself. So even if you don't know your full way around the map, if you recognize some structures on these maps, you can find your way around it. Now, if you head over to this little balcony area, which is on the other side of the map, depending on where you're at, I'm talking about where I originally spawned, there is this beautiful scenery of the city, more of the city on this other side, and it really captures the atmosphere that I was talking about earlier about this map, and it's so beautiful. Just the sunset against the city, nothing. It's just that simple of a concept and idea really takes my breath away. Now obviously if you try to go over there, you can't. You'll be met with an invisible barrier, that'll force you to either fall off the map, or if you're a character like I was playing Echo, just fly away. Now, there is this little bridge that connects Kanezaka with the rest of the city. Yes, you can actually get on top of here, as you can see. There are cars too, so you can play the cars minigame here. You can get run over to your heart's desire. But as for a strategical viewpoint, this really doesn't do anything. It's on the outside of the map. Nobody will really be here except for that mega health pack, or if you just so happen to wound up in this area. So again, it's really neat that it's in there, but it really doesn't offer anything past that. Now, as I said previously, this was a map concept that was originally going to be in Overwatch 2, but was actually put in Overwatch 1 because the concept was very well liked. Now, this is a very key detail, because if this concept was made for release on Overwatch 2, this could have a slight indication of when Overwatch 2 will be released. Now, I don't necessarily know how Blizzard works. I don't know if the maps are designed along with the game, after or before. Most definitely in this case, it had to have been before if the map is fully functional on the PTR. But that brings me to a little speculation as to when Overwatch 2 will be released, since a lot of people have been speculating towards a March 2021 release. And in the developer update, Jeff Kaplan himself stated that there'll be more news about Overwatch 2 coming in February on BlizzCon Online. So this really brings the question that if this map that was going to be in Overwatch 2 but is not there, is now in Overwatch 1, does that mean that Overwatch 2 is almost finished and almost ready for release date? It's a little mini conspiracy theory that I just made up right here. That I just thought about. Really had me thinking for a long time as to just the process of Overwatch 2. Like, I know we've had a full-on year where Blizzard just announced Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon 2019 and didn't say anything for a year. So maybe in this year they've been crunching Overwatch 2 and they've been going like overclocked. Now, obviously, I don't think that's a good idea, because again, I don't understand how one could possibly make a game in a year. So this has me both excited for Overwatch 2's release, but also kind of worried. It's like both sides of the spectrum right now. But only time will tell. As for the Easter eggs, I have yet to find any. There are hints, obviously, to the Shimada brothers, Genji and Hanzo, but there's also going to be hints to other characters and possibly future characters to come. And that's Kanezaka. What do you guys think of the new map? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's pretty average? Let me know down below. Be sure to support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.